Alright guys, hello again and welcome back to more Trails Through Daybreak. We just recently rescued the new reporter and pretty much going to continue on from there with the main game and see how things go. I'm actually pretty curious to see when we're going to actually team up with this girl here that's on the main menu as we speak, but I guess time will tell and we'll find out soon enough. So if anything else, hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for all love and support. Let's get to it. Alright guys, welcome back. I guess it's time for us to leave. Hold on, what? Can we fast travel out of here? Yes, we can.
Taking off now.
Who are you calling? That hulking bear who pushed the job on us, of course. I see.
The Ark ride. All taken care of?
Will you stop reading me like a damn book? Took care of both of the monster and that optional one. My own way, though. Hey, if it works. I know your style's not the same as ours, but I can trust you to handle it. Don't know why you would. I'll wire you the money ASAP. Thanks for the save, man. Looking forward to the next job with you. You have got to be kidding me. Oh yeah, Elaine's on the transcontinental train going the opposite way. She should still be in Zypha range if you want me to. I'm good. Ugh. Well, see you around. A wolf in sheep's clothing, that guy. What a monster. I can see why he's so well respected at the guild. I heard he was an integral to quelling a big problem in the Liberal Kingdom in the past. Huh? They teach that in class? Yeah, it was about 6 years back. Around the same time that... Van? It's nothing. Like I said, we're still clocked in until we're back at the office. We can afford to stop by a few spots for some dessert on the way back, though. Well, if you say so. That sounds right for you. Am I imagining things? It feels like there's more to this than his sweet tooth.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Visit places where sweet foods are sold around Riverside, Station Street, and Old Town.
So, where can we find some sweets? I don't even know where to begin to look.
This spot?
There's a lot of places, actually. We can start with one of the vendors on this terrace.
Let's start here. I've been wanting to check out the food truck in more detail since we didn't have the chance last time. Not surprised a prim and proper private school student hasn't eaten at one before. Y'all are too fancy for street food. I really want to try out their food. Welcome to Shino's bar. It's nice to see you, Van. Hey Shino, take out for me today? 2 sorbets, extra caramel sauce? One moment. Yep, just as I thought. Something the matter? Nah, don't worry about it. Thanks for waiting. Here are your sorbets. Van received his order. I put an ice pack in there in case you don't get to them immediately. Should last around 2 hours. Holy cow, that's awesome. Thanks. Next stop's the Orbital Cafe over at Station Street. Should be about time to give that new latte of theirs a try. Of course. We can make up for this afternoon. Where's the next one over? It's, okay. Orbital Cafe.
Off we go.
Do we go up? Yes, we do. It's you we speak to about this? Okay. 2 of your limited edition lattes to go? Coming right up. I thought you'd be pleased to see them in the menu again. Ah, shit. You might have them the same as me? Sorry, I probably should have asked. Oh, it's fine. I feel like I can trust your taste when it comes to sweet things. Heh, damn right you can. They're not gonna follow us up at the 2nd floor, huh? Sorry for the wait. Here's your lattes. Be careful, because they're hot. Alright, last stop's the flower cellar in Old Town. I thought we were purchasing sweets. What does a flower cellar have to do with that? The guy uses flower nectar to make baked goods on the side. Didn't get a chance to see him earlier on today, but I heard through the grapevine he's been working on something new. Let's give it a look. We're being followed. We're being tailed. Let's get out of here.
Oh, that's great.
Or give him the shake. Okay.
Off we go.
Alright, where is the flower shop? Oh, it's in the corner.
Alrighty then. Time to hit up one last place.
Van? Why are we...
It'll make sense in a sec. Just keep
Say,
following
why
me.
not take some flowers with you?
It will make sense. Alright. Hey Van, good to see you. Your timing couldn't be more perfect. I've got a new recipe I want you specifically to try out. Oh yeah? Is this the one I've heard all those rumors about? It's a sweet muffin made using flower nectar. I'll have them ready in just a sec. Awesome. I'll take two. Wait a minute. Van, you don't think... Heh, you caught on, did you? Then does that mean... Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't sense anything suspicious, but we should still be careful. Thanks for waiting. Hope you enjoyed them. I really like how they turned out. Good to know. Thank you for making them. Let's make our way back to the office now. Best not to waste too much time out here. Alright, she picked up on it too. Let's head on back. Should I make my move? Catch who's tailing you or wait a little longer? Do I want to wait a little longer? Nah, let's catch. Oh, it's her.
Where'd they go? They're just gone. How?
Got some speed on you. Gotcha!
Is everything okay, Van? Huh? How adorable.
The hell? A kid?
I can't believe I let a civilian get the better of me. You knew I was tailing you and led me here on purpose, didn't you?
Well, I knew I wasn't gonna lose you, so this was the next best thing. That was a form of active camo using shards. Same kind of thing Ramdas can do. Just works different.
You can do that with shards too? You are the real deal, huh? Actually, even realer than real. Glad I decided to come, even with what Abby said. Abby? If I recall, that means...
It's father, from a dialect in the Central East. With how fast you are and the way you're dressed, are you... Wait a minute. I think I just realized something else.
What's wrong?
How are you a Jaeger in the Kruger Corps at your age? You're one hell of a girl.
What? I'm the eldest daughter of the warriors of Kruga's vice chief, Ferida Al-Fayed. I came here to ask for your help, Mr. Arkwright. Could we go somewhere to talk?
I guess we finally meet her. I was wondering when. This is my first time hearing about the warriors of Kruga. So you're from just below the Ishgal Mountains in the Central East?
Along the northern edge of the Central East, yeah. We see ourselves as, and live a lifestyle befitting of warriors.
Man, just please dub the conversation. If one of you is talking, then you may as well voice the other two.
We revere flames and the goddess Arusha.
Their whole tribe forms one major core that serves to rep the whole Central East. They're very proud and value their traditions, though, so they don't take on any jobs they deem immoral. And if you're surprised people are so upstanding would let a kid fight, well, me too.
Oh, please. I'm not a full-fledged warrior like Ubby yet. But it's nice to hear you think of me as one.
Innocent little thing, isn't she? Yeah, she strikes me as very pure of heart. So you're looking for another Jaeger Corps, is that right? One called Eisenchild. They're another famous high-ranking corps in central Zemuria. They work out of the free cities to the north and got a lot of former soldiers in their ranks. Fairly decent group for a Jaeger Corps too. They take care of their city's defenses and stuff. That's interesting. I didn't know there were so many different kinds of Jaeger Corps.
We've clashed against the Eisenshield a lot over the years. Our last one was around a couple weeks ago in a proxy war against them. We eventually settled that and both sides left the battlefield. But from what I've heard, one unit of the Eisenshield's Jaegers still hasn't returned home yet.
Huh. And you're sure they didn't take on another job on the way back, right?
We're sure. Their regimental commander contacted our village directly asking if we knew anything. Ubby, our vice chief, has been so worried that he's doing just about everything he can to find them.
Yeah, that's so. Sorry, I'm a little confused. Didn't you say that both of your corps fought as enemies only a couple weeks ago?
I did? Why?
It's a Jaeger thing. Don't worry about it. As soon as the fighting stops, it's water under the bridge for them. It's not uncommon for them to be enemies on one job and allies on the next. How unusual.
I didn't mean to confuse you. But he's right. We don't bear them any ill will. The leader of the unit that vanished has actually always been real good to me.
Really? What kind of person are they?
Her name's Ida. She's one of the most capable Jaegers in her corps. We fought as allies and as enemies a lot since I first became a warrior 2 years ago. She also teaches me all kinds of things on our off days, or when our corps train together too. It would have been easy to ignore someone as young as me, but she's been nothing but a true friend. Or maybe even a sister. I already have an older brother, but if I had to picture what an older sister would be like, it'd be her. She's very, very important to me. So of course I wanted to join in on the search party for her, but they wouldn't let me. Ubby said it was because I'm still only 13 and don't know anything outside of war and our village.
Makes sense. So that's why you came all the way to Calvert? Because you couldn't give up?
That's right. I left on my own and rode on buses and trains for the first time to get here. We know that Ida's unit came through Calvert on their way home, so if they really have gone missing, the odds are they're somewhere in this country. As for why I came to you, I've heard about you from the warriors in my village. They told me about a Spriggan in Calvert's capital who was willing to lend an ear to even Jaegers like us. This is a lump of Argem. Will this be enough to cover your fees for helping me find Ida? Don't worry. I got this legitimately through a job.
But that's... You kidding me? A lump that big could fetch around 100,000 mira easy. Well, we can talk money stuff later. But just to be upfront, our rate's 1,000 mira an hour, excluding other necessary expenses. I'm not in the market for a 100-hour job.
What do you...
You don't have to make it sound like you're turning her down. You're still gonna help her, aren't you? Don't make it sound like an easy yes. This one seems like a little more trouble than we can afford to handle. Everything about it screams trouble, in fact. And we still got your case to work on too, so can't just drop everything for some far-off What?
Huh? Your back is glowing.
Great timing. My great-grandfather wrote that the 8 Genesis are drawn to one another. This is the first time I've seen it react this way, and I just happen to do so now. Wish I could chalk it up to superstitious bull, but...
I'm not sure what's going on. It's really pretty, but what is it?
It's a memento of my great-grandfather that has a special power. And it just might help us find Ida.
You really think so?
Easy there. I'm not gonna commit to the job just yet. First, I need a better hold in the overall situation. Can you help fill in some gaps for us?
Oh, yeah, of course I can.
While this certainly is a lot of useful information, it's also fragmented that it doesn't feel like it will bring us much closer to finding what we're looking for. Unfortunately, I feel like it's only starting to set in how big this country is. I knew it was big from looking at maps, but that didn't tell me just how many groups and forces were at work. Well, it's not one of the two big powerhouses of the continent for nothing. Hell, it takes the #1 spot now. We got plenty of cores of our own based here. And we got syndicates, mafias, and other shady groups and spies from abroad lurking around every corner. I guess Ida would have had to conceal her identity while passing through here, which will make it even more difficult to find her. Don't worry, Van's the perfect man for the job. He has all kinds of shady connections on call around here, don't you? Just all kind of fine blurring that out now, huh?
Well, hello, Van. I've been expecting your call.
That sounds like... was a 50-50 chance it was you. You know exactly who my next client is then, huh?
Indeed. Ferida Al-Fayed, daughter of the warriors of Kruga's vice chief. I also know she wants your help in finding a missing Jaeger Corps.
How did you... I'm gonna say they've been on her ever since she arrived in the capital. The CID's database isn't just for show. But if you know exactly what she's here for, then you probably played a part in why the Corps has gone AWOL, right? Is that really true? I'd be lying if I said it isn't. We caught one of their movements 10 days ago on their way back from the Free Cities via Calvard. As you well know, there are no laws that prohibit Jaeger Corps from entering or leaving the country. However, we, in the CID, make it our business to know exactly what each Corps is doing while here. We also take advantage of particularly capable units to train our own Special Ops Division from time to time. Special Ops Division? Hercules, right? Heard it was given a serious overhaul after its screw-up against the Empire a couple years back. The capabilities of each individual unit differ greatly even now, I'm afraid. All this is to say we set one of the more promising units against Ida, the Flame Eater, and her Corps. I would note that the goal of this operation was to merely encircle her unit, not to engage in combat. And while the operation started off on the right foot, she managed to break through our lines and escape. I can't say the news came as any surprise to me, knowing the Corps she was in before. Yeah, I've heard the rumors. Still, this was all 10 days ago. I understand the initial trouble that happened, but she hasn't been captured since then, has she? That is correct. I'll send you our data on where we cornered her, but beyond that, I've told you all that I know. Consider this my way for paying my debt to you from the other day. I'll leave the rest to you. Hey, don't hang up on... Come on. They just had to stick their fingers in this pie, huh? So it seems. The CID and Calvary's Intelligence Division, right? So even they couldn't catch her. She's so awesome. Way to think positive, kiddo. Well, I feel like we can narrow down where she could be now. Let's review what we got so far again. This should do it. This is where the CID tried and failed to corner Ida's Corps. After we eliminate where the CID's unit was, we can narrow down their escape route to 3 possible locations. Which one do you think is the most likely? With the surrounding terrain and villages, I think they returned via... I'm looking at the green arrow. I'm trying to read that. Okay. Misseldom Port, Oracian. The sea through Misseldom. The Northwest Highway through Orida Remiferia. I think it's actually through Orida Remiferia. Nice thinking. This route will open up 2, even 4 times the options to get back home. Plus, it makes sense they'd want to go through another country to get the CID off their back. Now, if they took this route here, they most likely stopped off at Creole Village. Oh hey! It's a farming village to the northwest known for its gorgeous rustic scenery. I've never been there myself, but it sounds like it rings a bell for you, Fairy. It does. Alice told me about it before. She said that the public transportation is well built there, even though it's so rural, so it's a good spot to resupply. And that I should come visit since the scenery is so pretty and the food's so good. I see. Oh! I guess we're on the right foot. Think that settles it. Tomorrow morning, we make for Creole. I can almost bet we'll find something there. You can stay up in the 3rd floor for tonight. I'll give a heads up to our landlords. Earn 2 SP. Alright, alright. I forget this game has a calendar system too. Oh!
Wow! Your truck is huge!
Oh yeah, she's a big girl. Of the 4 big car manufacturers in Calvert, Ingrid's got the best rep when it comes to sports cars. This here's the best one they ever made, and I went ham tuning her up even further. You can see what I mean at the front, and in the suspension system where I've...
I can't follow a word you're saying, but it sure looks nice.
Should have known you wouldn't be able to appreciate a man's one true love. You want to tell me why women only want to date guys or rides but don't want to hear a word about said rides? Man. Careful painting all women with that excessively large brush you've got there. Even if it's true that I don't care about cars at all. Well, whatever's true in is, I'm sure it's made your truck look very cool. Just get in and be quiet before you make me cry.
What's all this whining first thing in the morning?
Oh, you're the kind of people who gave me food yesterday. Hey guys, did you really come all the way out here just to see us off?
Yeah, mostly for Agnes. And Fairy, but... and too, I guess.
Aw, I heard that.
We also wanted to bring you this. It's got sandwiches, milk, and coffee. I'm sure you haven't had much time for breakfast this morning.
Nice, thanks. Oh, you really shouldn't have. Thank you so much. And after you did so much for me yesterday, too. I really don't know how to thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it. Making a guest feel welcome is what a good host does. You would do the same in your home, too, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Kids your age gotta eat a lot to grow up big and strong. Keep an eye on them both, all right, Van?
Will do. And thanks for coming to see us off, Yumes.
Have a safe trip.
Whoa, it's so fast! And it still manages to be such a smooth ride, too. I think I can see a little of why you're so proud of it, Van.
I'd really start to cry if you couldn't. We'll be out of the capital and on the northern highway in 10 or so. Then I'll show you how fast and smooth my baby can really be.
It can go even faster? Just try to keep it safe, please.
For once, we don't have to take a goddamn train. We're actually driving there. Still not sure you should have come along for the ride, Agnes. I know you got 3 days off, but the new term started, didn't it? What, you got no work to do? I just didn't want to be the only one left out. The Genesis seems to be involved in this somehow too, so it couldn't be there's a role there that only I can play. And I applied for permission to be off campus for a few days last night, so don't worry, I'm not breaking any rules. You thought this through way too hard. Aramis has always been way too lax with rules for such a big name academy. So if you're going to such a famous academy, why are you working for Mr. Arkwright? Is it a part-time job? That's right, I've only just started though. And I didn't have much say in the matter. Oh, and Ferida, Van is fine. I'm getting paid for this, so you're my client. No need to be polite. But, okay, but only if you call me Fairy. Sure, if that works for you. If you're 13, then you must attend Sunday school at the temple, right? Yeah, I started senior classes this year. They're a lot harder than what I'm used to. Oh, but the temples here aren't the same as the ones I know, I think. That's right, we have churches and chapels instead, though they serve the same purpose. But there are temples for worship in Calvert too. You got Arusha, the wind goddess, in the central east, and Adios, and the sky goddess, in the west. They are believed to be one of the same, even if the names are different though. She's even got another name if you go farther east. Oh yeah, Ida told me about that. It feels like there's so much out there for me to learn. Still, it sounds like Ida taught you a lot. She did, not just about fighting, but about different places across the continent. What's popular in those places? I know this will sound weird after I've already asked you to find her, but I still can't believe her corps would just disappear the way it did. They're all hardened Jaegers who have always been able to handle anything thrown their way. Your friend from the CID called her the Flame Eater, didn't he? Yeah, pretty well-known name among Jaegers. They say she uses surgical precision with knives and gunfire to cut through enemy morale and momentum. She joined the Eisenchild 5 years ago after her old corps disbanded, I think. That sounds about right. She was in another corps?
She was. A really famous one, too. It was called Zephyr and was one of the 2 biggest Jaeger corps in the West.
Of course she's a part of Zephyr.
It was made up of a small number of combat specialists, the Jaeger King being its head. And Ida used to lead one of their units. But after the Jaeger King died 5 years ago, the whole corps fell apart. That was when she moved on to Eisenshield.
This whole time I mispronounced it. Eisenshield. This is also interesting. I didn't realize Jaeger Corps could have such a rich history. Zephyr's still around, by the way, just in a different form. But yeah, their rep back in the day was something else. I can't see someone who used to be with him going down easily. So you think so too? But if she's fine, then why hasn't she made contact with the rest of her corps? Ugh, all this is making my head hurt. Don't worry, we'll find her for you. Even if she isn't in Creole, I'm sure we'll find some clue that'll take us to her.
You told us how deep your bond with her goes. That alone will surely draw the 2 of you back together. Where there's a will, there's a way. And Van and I have the will to find you a way.
Alright, Belle Dandy, easy.
You mean it? Well, thank you. I'll be counting on you both.
Thinking about it, might have had some indirect involvement with Ida 2 years back. She chose to go against her old home and help our side back then. It makes no sense that someone of her skill would up and vanish, and with Genesis may be involved. There's gotta be more to this than there seems. The only question is whether she went dark by her own volition. I see we reached the checkpoint. Are we almost there? Oh, we're there. Wow, the scenery here is beautiful. Everything's so green. You don't get a view like this anywhere I live. Oh, there isn't much like this near the capital either. We haven't passed another car in ages. It makes it feel like we have the whole picturesque view to ourselves. That's how it goes in an old country road. We're making good time. If we keep going like this, we'll be there in time for lunch. Is something wrong, Van? Something's not right up ahead. Might be a kid, but you're not a Kruger warrior for nothing, huh? I'm gonna pull over. Be ready for a fight. Alright. Bunch of wolves? What is it? Bandits? That bus has been surrounded by monsters. Wolves. I count 6, 7, 8. Called it. Oh, wolves. Ah, I hate working for free. You can't say that. How can you stand by when there are people in danger? I know. Watch yourself if you're gonna pitch in. You win or you out, Fairy?
What do you think? I'm in.
What is that?
It's a rifle blade used in our core. I'll use it to keep both of you safe. Now, may Arusha watch over us!
Okay then, let's do this. Alright, target and range. Press R3 to target an enemy. You will auto-face the enemy you attack. R to switch targets. Cool. Range, target. Alright.
Here goes! I'm on the scene!
Alright, let's use it.
Let's get to work.
Your charge attacks ready.
Woo! Let's go! Oops.
Right there!
No, they don't. Oh, I'm loving her.
Right there!
No, dodge! Yeah! Nope. Nope.
Enemy stunned. Now's the time to deploy shards. Attacking enemy.
Alright, we're good. Let's get him.
Combat finished. Gathering data.
Here goes.
Here goes! I'm on the scene!
Alright, let's do it again. With this group.
Beginning combat. Your charge attack's ready for now.
Yeah. Oh, bring the group. Nope.
Right there! Right there!
Nope.
Right there!
Oh, what? Dodge! Okay, get him.
Attacking enemy.
Sounds good.
That looks like a nice chest.
Praise Arusha and the flames!
I cannot believe we're doing this so easily. No! No, not yet. No! One. Almost. How'd I miss?
Activating shards!
Damn. Alright, fine.
Activating skill.
He flinched!
Chance.
Get
A chance!
Get him! Wait, hold on. Close in.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Alright. Oh, you're weak to Hydra? Alright.
Activating drive!
Damn it. Oh, thank goodness I missed.
There!
A chance.
Alright.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand!
I almost always forget to use a shard boost. Alright,
Time to go all
This'll hurt.
Give him your all!
I'll dice you up. They're down.
Perfect chance!
Alright, you.
Boost would work here.
Pull out all the stops.
I've got you now! Third! Yes!
Yeah, we need to heal everyone.
Random light! White heal!
I owe you one.
Then!
Alright, you. Get him. Alright, that was good.
I won't stop here!
One more left. Nope. Nope.
Boost gauge fully replenished.
Right there! Flinched!
Got him.
You lightning quick!
Get him. Get him.
Sucker!
Ooh. That was the last of them. Not bad. I already know how good Van is, but I'm amazed at how fast you are, Fairy. Are all warriors of Kruger like that? No way. I'm still a rookie. Most of them are much better than me. And your arts were awesome, Agnes. So is your staff. Aw, thank you. It's called an orbital staff, and... Come on now. Wish I knew what was up with those monsters. It was almost like... Hello? You three over there? Are you okay? We really owe you one. We had to pull over because of the engine trouble, and the next thing we knew, we were surrounded. I have to say, you got some incredible combat skills. What are you, bracers? Nah, just ordinary passerby. You work for West Calvert Transport, right? Let me give you my card. Arkwright Solutions? I'm just the guy who helps people with their problems, not affiliated with the Bracer Guild. Even open to find monsters and stuff like I did just there, for a price. Wait. Van? Hate to come across like this, but you would have been screwed without us, right? So, if you could let your company know that and have them foot the bill, that'd be great. What? But the police are... The guild would never. Well, we ain't cops or bracers, and you can't keep the lights on with a thank you. Not trying to scam you here. I just want a fair price for our services. We'll even escort you to town to finish the job. Wouldn't imagine you're in a rush to get attacked again on the road, are you? You got me there. This is so inappropriate. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think it's inappropriate at all. Whether it's the water we drink or the security to see we're safe from harm, nothing in life is free. I suppose so. I wonder if everyone from Central East has such a practical mindset. Alright then, we'll hire you to take us down to Creel. And as soon as we arrive, I'll phone my boss. Sounds like a plan. Now come on, you two, back in the truck. Okay. Alright.
I wasn't expecting that to be how this ended. That young man's most certainly caught my attention.
Mint-haired young man. Obviously green hair.
Well now, isn't this a lovely village? It's like an idyllic painting. Rolling hills amidst clear streams, a windmill turning with the wind, and a touch of Middle Ages architecture. The white flowers we saw in the wheat field were beautiful as well. They were buckwheat flowers, weren't they?
Good eye. Fun fact, the village uses them in their specialty dish, galette.
Oh, I've heard of those. Ida always says they make for a perfect lunch treat. I'm excited to finally visit this place.
Anyway, that bus is gonna be out of commission for a while, so why don't we grab some grub?
I hear the inn over there has the best food in the village. While we're chowing down, we can ask if Ida's unit dropped by there. Sound good? Yep. Let's go inside, shall we? Wow, this egg is amazing, and the buckwheat has a pleasant fragrance as well. Even the side vegetables are delicious. Montmartre has Creel's buckwheat too, but it's no surprise that it tastes even better here. Wait, they have orange and black currant galettes on the menu? Hell yeah! I'm so ordering those! Ooh, I think I'll do the same. I'll have some of those too. Maybe I'll order seconds and thirds. It sounds like you're all enjoying yourselves. Galettes are the pride of our village. No one makes them quite like us, so make sure you savor the flavor. And while you're at it, why don't you try some of the other items on the menu? We have vegetable galettes, smoked salmon, and seasonal fruits. Oh, and you'll definitely want to try our desserts. We serve some of the best caramel and ice cream you'll ever have. So many choices. Is it bad that I want to order one of everything? You got caramel and ice cream? I'll take 10 of each. Wait, hang on. We didn't come here to down ourselves in food. We came to ask you some questions. You work here a lot, right? Of course, my parents owned the place after all. You saved the people on that bus, right? Well, fire away then. I'll gladly answer any questions you have. Cool. So I need you to think back to 10 days ago. Did any shady-looking people happen to stop by here? 10 days ago. I don't know if I can remember that far. Wait, actually yes. There was a group of Jaegers staying around here too. I knew it. If you don't mind me asking, how did you know they were Jaegers? Did their attire give it away? Oh no, they were all wearing casual clothes. I just know a Jaeger when I see one. Our village is near the border of a few countries, so we get patrons like them from time to time. But as long as they pay their bills and don't cause any trouble, they're just welcome here as any of our other guests. I suppose that's fair. This village is probably treated as a buffer zone between Jaegers. Bracers are always buzzing around like flies, and there's a police station here. I've got a question for you. Was there a woman with that group of Jaegers? Yes, I remember there being one. I believe she was the leader. She had dark green hair tied back in a ponytail. Honestly, I thought she looked really cool. Yep, that's Ida alright. Sounds like we're on the right track. Do you know what happened to him after that? Like, did they say where they headed, for example? Normally, I wouldn't share that kind of information out of respect for their privacy, but since you know them, I don't mind sharing what I know. They stayed here for one night and left first thing in the morning. I don't know where they were going, though, and I haven't seen them since. Wait, no. That isn't quite right. What do you mean? Have you seen one of them recently? Yes, I think so, actually. I'm pretty sure I saw the same woman 3 days ago. For real? So does that mean she's still in the village? I think that's doubtful, and honestly, it was also pretty dark out when I saw her, so I might have been wrong. I didn't see any of her Jaeger friends either. You know, the more I talk it out, the more I realize I could have been totally mistaken. Sorry for getting your hopes up. Don't be sorry. It's still a lead worth investigating. We should ask around town and see if someone else caught sight of her too. You've been a big help. I'll order one of the sweeter galettes later as a thanks. I'll hold you to that. I won't pry into your business, but I do hope you enjoy your stay in our village. Alright gang, it's info gathering time. The goal is to determine if Ida really was here 3 days ago. If luck's on our side, we'll get some good information in no time. Fingers crossed. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Alright, let's check out the shop first. Why is there a green side quest?
Right.
I like how this game is definitely encouraging you to use all the characters now for like those fights. I'll talk to you later.
Come and see if you'd like.
What do you have?
Why, hello.
Buckwheat cookie. Okay, that's cool, but nothing of importance. You are a side quest, Giovanna. Ah, pardon me. I've heard that you take jobs like bracers do, yes? I've got a bit of a problem. I need some help. Would you be willing to hear me out? Sure, but bear in mind, I ain't a bracer. I do a job if I feel like it. And I charge more than they do too. You good with that? Of course, just as long as the price is still reasonable. Easy. That I need to charge you too much, it'll just depend on how complicated the job is. Thank you very much. You see, I'm stumped on what to do. I've been trying to make soba noodles and they're just not turning out right. Someone from the city like yourself might know what I'm doing wrong. Soba noodles. A dish made from buckwheat flour netted and cut into noodles. I recall from a book that soba noodles are popular in Eastern cuisine, Far Eastern specifically. Bingo. You two ever had any by a chance? It's popular street food back in the capital. Has its fans for sure. Pretty simple to make, but it's got a really deep flavor and it smells like nothing else. Is it really? Dang, now I'm hungry. We just ate! I felt the same when the mayor told me about it the other day. So I figured I might as well try to make some myself for the Harvest Festival. I went around and asked the villagers for advice since some of them do know about those sorts of recipes. But well, it's been a bit of a flop. I haven't been able to get the flavors right. The Harvest Festival. I think I read an article about it in the paper. Right now I remember, they celebrate every autumn, right? That would mean this year is right around the corner. So, I ain't exactly a cook, but I can try and give you some pointers based on the soba I've had in the capital. I think that would be a big help since you have that point of reference. Hearing about new experiences from new people is really interesting to me. Thank you for hearing me out. Your thoughts, Van? Yes. Obviously, I spoke to her for that very reason alone. We'll do it. Not really a job for a Spriggan, but we've got the time. Alright, I'll take it on. I always make sure to do the job right, so I want some good soba out of this. Oh, thank you so much. I'll do my best. I'm getting excited for some noodles myself. So, where do we start with this? Good question. So you said you tried to make some, and it didn't go so hot? What about them didn't come out right? Well, the flavor was off, and so was the appearance. The dough turned out powdery when I was cutting it, like it wasn't put together very well. It took me so much effort to cut that I just sort of mangled the dough. The result didn't even look like noodles. The outside was all soggy and wet, but the inside was still chalky. It didn't soak evenly at all. That implies something might have gone wrong, which when making the dough. Perhaps there's more to making it than ordinary bread dough. And then the flavoring sauce. I tried to mix it up and make a flavor more familiar to the villagers here. So I ended up using basil as my base. It wasn't inedible per se, but it just didn't seem quite right. Yeah, sounds like you left before you looked there. Best to stick to the recipe. Well, yes, you're right. So, there's a lot to unpack here. But before we can dive in, we'll need to figure out how to make this stuff ourselves. So you said you learned about the dish from some of the villagers, right? Ah, yes, mostly from Mayor Wang and Motona. They were a great help. Both can trace their roots to the east, so they had a general idea of how the recipe went. Well, that's as good a place to start as any. Feel free to kill some time until we're done asking around. Of course. Thank you for your help.
Time to start working.
Alright. Certain for Spriggan Quest will present topics. You can press square to present topics to certain individuals. Interesting. And there's someone to speak to right now. Okay. Oh, and there's another shop I can check out. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. Who are you? Motona. Alright, let's topic this. Bring up topic.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, you mean that recipe Giovanna asked about. Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the recipe itself, but I know plenty about its ingredients. Buckwheat is my specialty. It's been passed down my family tree for generations. As millers, we know our wheat. Really now? That's wild. Guess I shouldn't be too surprised though, what with the galettes being a big thing here. Yep. It was my family that first imported buckwheat flour to the village, in fact. So I dare say it's in my blood. So, how do you make buckwheat dough? There are two main ways you can do it. The simple way is just to use only buckwheat flour, that's called 100% dough. The second is to mix buckwheat flour with standard wheat flour. You can play around with the ratio of buckwheat to wheat, and that can change the dough pretty significantly. The most common ratio is 80% dough. That's 80% buckwheat, 20% wheat. So the way you make the dough isn't always the same. There's more to this than I thought. The more buckwheat you have in the dough, the easier it dries out. So working with higher buckwheat ratios takes more skill, especially when you're netting it. That's about the gist of it. Huh, a lot more complicated than I gave it credit for. Thanks for the crash course. My pleasure. Give my regards to Giovanna, would you? Let's give it a crack and see what we come up with. Right. That was helpful. That was a lot of info though for one person, but yeah. I gotta talk to, I think, the mayor? Alright, let me see if I can find the mayor. Let's go here. Nero. Interesting. I can't go in here. I can go in here. Oh, mayor. That's where you are. Bring it up.
Let me ask you something.
Is this about Giovanna's soba efforts? I'm sorry to hear that she's having trouble with it, but I do appreciate you helping her. I hope she gets the recipe just right. Well, the field's not my forte, but I make sure I always do the right job. You can leave it to us. As a spirit, young man. As for the soba, I can give some insight on the sauce if you'd like. My mother was born quite far to the east. She became skilled at preparing their cuisine growing up. From what I remember, soba sauce is made by first preparing a base soup stock, then adding the flavor of choice to it. Huh, can you tell us more? The flavoring is a blend of various spices and sauces, usually local to the area. When the blend is finished, you mix it into the soup stock. Soba stock would traditionally use kelp or dried bonito to my knowledge. But there are many other bases you can use. Dried vegetables, mushrooms, sardines, and the like. Really anything goes, so long as it tastes good. So you can personalize the flavor of the soba that way. I see. But kelp and bonito don't appear to be common ingredients here. At least, I'm not particularly familiar with them. Probably bigger out in the east. I see. We can probably use stuff more common around here instead. So, what should we make the soup stock out of? Giovanna mentioned basil. Basil would work in a pinch, sure. But I'm thinking if we really want to make the soba pop, we should get something stronger. Seafood's a good bet. We'll just need something we can find around here. Shrimp, maybe? Think we'll get some of that? Aha! As it so happens, some of our merchants do carry that. Shrimp is common in Eastern cuisine, so you should be able to find some from specialty merchants. I think I have some in my house, in fact. If you'd like, you need only ask. Perfect. Hopefully we don't gotta raid your pantry, but if we do, I'll let you know. Nice. Our ingredients are secured. Secured indeed. Mission accomplished. Thank you for your help, Mayor Wang. Oh, my pleasure. I see some wonderful soba in my future. Alright, that should be good enough. I think we have a good grasp on the subject now. So do we go back to Giovanna's now? Actually, you know, I think we're still missing something. Oh? And what would that something be? A secret spice, that's what. Nothing wrong with sticking to the basics, but I say if we're making our own, we put a little spin on it. Something off the beaten path, you know? Maybe something that grows around here. How about local plants? We could probably find some stuff down by the creek. I'm not sure what you mean, but you sound really confident about it. I trust you on this one. Cool. If you don't find anything, no biggie. Oh, so we gotta look around for plants. Alright. Alright, where are we right now? Oh! It's already showing. Perfect. Hold on. Excuse me, miss. It is over here? Oh. Well, what do you know? Oh, look at this right here. It's a weed or something. Is that even edible? I don't believe I've seen a plant like this before. Yeah, this here is what's called a fresh ingredient. City slickers take note. They aren't common in the Central East, so I imagine you don't see it out here either. Van took the plant by the stem and plucked it. Now, Far Eastern spice recipes call for wasabi. And while this ain't the same thing, it's still called mountain wasabi, and for good reason. Packs a hell of a kick. So yeah, this will do just fine. You shred this up and grind it to paste, and bam, instant winner. I see, so this is what raw horseradish looks like. Interesting. So, is it similar to other kinds of radishes? Oh boy, you don't want to eat this like other radishes, no. Might as well kiss your tongue goodbye if you do. Is it really that strong? I'm not a picky eater, you know. I can take it. Now I'm eager to try horseradish and soba noodles both. I think that about does it. Let's bring Giovanna up to speed. Obtain horseradish. Okay. We got everything. Now let's head on back. Excuse me. Alright. I think she is over here. Yep. Giovanna, we got the stuff you need. Yo, we picked up a lot of stuff from the villagers. Oh, thank you very much. If possible, I'd like to try and make another batch, and you can guide me as I'm making them. Would that work for you? Ditch her. Teach her. Sure thing. Thank you. Let's move to my kitchen. Oh heavens, I forgot. My house is just a mess right now. I'm sorry, could you give me just a minute to clean up? What timing? If you're in need of a kitchen, mine is ready and waiting. Ah, Mayor Wang. I thought I'd stop by and see how things were going. Good that I did. Best to strike while the iron's hot, no? You'd be welcome to use my kitchen instead of cleaning yours up first. Well, thank you so much. I'll gladly accept. Let's head for the mayor's house then. Ah, we all know the mayor wants soba noodles too. I just need to stop by my house real quick and grab some cookware and ingredients. Sure, we'll help you carry whatever you need. This is getting really exciting. I do look forward to these noodles we'll make. Well, make yourselves at home. My husband told me you'll be borrowing our kitchen. Help yourselves to whatever you might need. We'll be upstairs if you need anything from us. Don't hesitate to bug us if you run into trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing how your noodles come out. Thank you both so much. I promise they'll be worth the wait. Now then, we have the kitchen and we have the ingredients. All that's left is to put it all together. Do let me know if anything seems off to you. I'm counting on you. Sounds good. Glad to help. Ooh, I can't wait. So first and foremost, the dough. I remember that you can use 100% buckwheat or you can substitute wheat to make a ratio of your choosing. At the time I figured, well, the more buckwheat, the merrier, so I just went all in with it. So you went for 100%. I did, yes. Should we stick with 100% dough then? Buck the trend, please. Not to be pushy, but I think a lower ratio would be better, like 80-20. Altona was telling me about how 100% dough is really tricky to work with. Dries out before you know it. So adding some standard wheat into the mix should help with your netting it. I see. Well, that does make sense. Let's go ahead and do 80% buckwheat then. Now to net it. Oh goodness, you're right. It's so much more hydrated than before. This is much easier. This should hold up better when I cut it. I think the ratio really was the secret. It smells good too. It's looking great already. I'm excited to see the completed dish. Right? Onto the sauce now. I think the stock was where I went wrong last time. I tried using basil, and it didn't turn out very well. What would you recommend instead? Try some veggies. We'll go with the mayor wanted. Shrimp. Let's try using shrimp this time. Mayor said he had some in his pantry. Don't imagine they'll have a problem with us borrowing some, long as we offer them a bowl. Shrimp? I see. Let's try that then. I'll go find the shrimp for her. I'll keep an eye on the pot for when it starts boiling. Van and company made themselves busy helping Giovanna with the noodles. Under their watchful eyes, the dish was finally assembled. Ah, now this is superb. The smell alone makes my mouth water. So these are proper soba noodles. I almost couldn't read that. I never had them before, but they look scrumptious. I'm flattered. I couldn't have done it without all your help. Now, let's see how it tastes, shall we? Hell yeah, man, I'm starving. Thank you for treating us. Thanks. Van and company dug right in. Oh, wow. It tastes really funny, but in a good way. It's delicious. Can I have seconds, please? Oh yeah, the hint of shrimp with that earthy note from the buckwheat. That right there is a winner. 5 stars. I'd wolf them down again. I can really taste the natural flavors in this dish. This is almost like a sample of the entire region. You mentioned this was a Far Eastern recipe? This stands out even among them. It's unlike anything I've eaten before. I really wasn't expecting the flavor profile to be so complex. It turned out simply wonderful. This does bring me back. The taste is always so comforting to me no matter how long I go between bowls. I dare say you mastered this recipe. Make sure you try some of the horseradish too. Hey, it's freshly shredded, so really light up your taste buds. Oh, good point. I might as well give it a try. I wonder how it might complement the noodles. You told us just a little bit, right? I don't see the harm in adding a little more. I can take the spices of Central Eastern recipes, so this will be cake. Ines and Ferry decided to try the horseradish with their noodles. What is that? It's not just spicy. I can't even taste the noodles anymore. I really don't like that. I prefer the noodles by themselves. Goodness, this is strong indeed. I imagine that's to do with how fresh it is. It's acidic at first, but the aftertaste is quite pleasant. I can see the appeal, it's just an acquired taste. Yep. It's a very mature flavor, not for the faint of heart, but once you try it, it hooks you. You don't like it though, that ain't a problem. You can just have it as is instead. The buckwheat's plenty flavorful on its own. Ugh, why do I feel like I just lost a fight? Van is quite seasoned eater, isn't he? There's something admirable about that. Appetites thoroughly whetted, the group made quick work of their soba noodles. Thank you all so much. I'm glad I was able to do the recipe justice. I just need to practice it so that come festival time they'll be even tastier. Oh, looking forward to it. I'm glad I got to try the Far Eastern cuisine for myself. This really was delicious. Thank you very much for the meal, Giovanna.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys!
All right.
Love to see it.
Reward deposited.
Oh, nice. No level up yet? Okay. Alright, well that about does it for now, guys. If anything, I'll end it here for today. Thank you all for watching. And when we come back, we'll continue on with the main story by talking to the villagers here and seeing what's what. And then, well, we'll see what happens from there. So if anything else, thank you again. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.